Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast, presents episode 835, Achieving Co-op Halo, recorded live on September 29th, 2022. Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Duststorm.
I'm your other co-host, Godzilla T.
And we are back with some more Halo news. Not too much going on tonight, and I am still in my little contained section off, but thankfully, the work down here is almost done, so I should be back to normal next week. We'll have a more normal podcast next week. So, a little bit shorter today, but shouldn't be too bad. We've got a couple things to go over. We've got the latest achievements that are going to be coming with the winter update and the Halo Infinite campaign co-op. We've got the results from HCS for North America finals and a couple other things that we'll be going over here in just a little bit. But as we always do, let's go ahead and open up the Podtacular community corner of the podcast and see what happened over the past week. With GT, Dragon Friday, how did things go?
Went very well.
Very good.
I tried something new this time. I actually played on the PC version of Infinite. Yeah.
How'd that go?
I didn't drop out of the party for once.
Okay.
When I was playing on Xbox, for some reason, even though I'm signed in on an alt account for the party, I would just randomly disappear. It wouldn't kick me out of the party on my end, but I couldn't talk or hear anybody in the party. So
one of those little weird disconnect things. Yeah.
Way to fix your
right? I don't know what they've done with the Xbox parties. Like, this kind of almost harkens back to how it was when...
Well, it was like when they first launched the Xbox Companion app.
Right. Yeah.
They were having big party issues even then, even when the Xbox One launched.
Yeah.
They were having party disconnect issues. And then they fixed it. And then they fixed it again with the new app. Air quotes. Fixed it.
Fixed in air quotes. Yes. Who knows what the heck's going on?
But no, all in all, we had a really good night.
Very good. I unfortunately was not able to make it. Plans changed. So...
Plans?
Plans.
Did you
changed.
go somewhere?
Planes. I am going somewhere soon, though. I'm going to go to Seattle for the World Finals, so that'll be fun.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Sketch gave me the bad news that my game show panel was canned for the programming for Worlds, which is too bad, but hopefully there'll be another time. I know they enjoyed it and they want to get it done. They want to bring it back in some capacity at some point, so just have that in my back pocket for whenever another opportunity comes around.
Well, you can fine tune it and
work the
bugs out.
I did think of, I mean, this would take a lot of hours in Forge, but maybe converting some of that into like doing a game show type thing within Forge.
You could do that, especially in Infinite Forge.
Yeah.
I think you pretty much come up with whatever you want.
Just about. So I might tinker in that arena if I find time to do it. Yeah, I definitely think it'll be possible, Eric. It's just a matter of scripting and then putting all the elements in there. And with the way that you can transform things and you can basically make letters, you could do a lot of different things. You just have to like program each puzzle, board, survey, whatever into it, and then just have buttons that do everything and just not mess up the button order.
Yeah. You want to make sure you keep that button order right in front of you so you know what it is.
Yep. It's like, okay, here's my operator over here, and here's my main character out on the stage type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Be cool if you could basically remake 1 versus 100, but you can't because the Halo Infinite doesn't support that many players.
No, unfortunately it doesn't.
You do 1 versus 20.
Yeah.
Do custom games support 24 players for a big team? I honestly haven't jumped into custom games to really
I
see if
haven't
that
played
happens.
custom games, so I can't tell you.
That'll all change when we get the Forge beta, I'm sure. So, anyways, so that was it for the Podtacular stuff. Still haven't gotten around to achieving Halo, but with MCC updates coming in, we'll probably be getting back to that soon. And now since I'm not having to prepare for my game show thing, I had a lot of free time just kind of open up, so I'll probably be diving back into that here pretty soon. I was revamping the boards that I was using from Outpost, and the place I got the PowerPoint templates from is called RunSat Creative. So I'm basically reverse engineering the code that he's using in his boards into my boards. But yeah. So moving on, we've got a couple of cool things happening. So since I mentioned MCC, let's start with that. Halo released an update where the exchange now has more items that it can offer on a weekly rotation. So for example, this week, there are 10 items that you can purchase. And there's a whole new armor set that they've released along with that. It's a hefty 5 season points per piece.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then there's another armor set that's going along with that. So for this week, there is 35 Spartan points worth of things to unlock in the exchange. I started with 0 this week, so that's going to be fun to try to unlock all of that.
But the good news is you get more Spartan points for completing your challenge.
Yep.
Challenges, plural. So that's better.
They basically doubled all the challenges that you would normally get a season point for, and now you get 2 season points per challenge that you unlock. So all those gold ones that you would normally have, those now offer 2 season points instead of 1. Oh, are those poses? Okay, maybe those are poses. They look like armor pieces, but maybe they're poses. So that was an update that they made to the MCC backend, and they also have playlists rotating in as well. So if you are interested in checking that out, hop on the MCC. We might mix things up this week. You never know. Depends on what the community votes for. So if you want to influence what we're playing tomorrow during Fragging Friday, make sure you hop into our Discord and vote in the poll that we've got going on. We have Halo Reach Anniversary returning to social matchmaking, and Halo 2 Classic Team Hardcore returning to Ranked in MCC. Should be fun times.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Definitely won't be jumping in the hardcore list.
No. Keeping it social, and then I'll do some of the ranked stuff just for the challenge completion. But other than that, I usually just stick to the social games because that's my ranked is not my strong suit. Although I did start trying to fill in my ranked matches in Infinite last night, so I got 6 matches done, and I actually felt like I was doing pretty decently. Although I lost 4 of the 6 games that I've played so far, so I'd be surprised if I get anything higher than like platinum 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think first time I ranked at like gold 1 because I don't know what the matchmaking system was doing, but they were putting me against people that I had no business playing.
That seems to be happening a lot with the lower population. Sounds like.
Well, this is back when the population was still high.
Oh.
This was like...
Never mind then.
This was like the first month Infinite was out. Because I wanted my achievement.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know then.
I can understand with a low population, but the population isn't that low.
Yeah, it wasn't that low back when Infinite
At least at my skill level.
Right. Yeah.
Now, if you're Mint Blitz, sure.
I mean, yeah, Mint Blitz is on a whole nother level. So yeah, relating to MCC, we also got the announcement of the pit being made to come into Infinite. So during HCS this last weekend for the North American Finals, they showcased a new version of the pit that was made in Halo Infinite. A lot of mixed reactions from people. I think people from the competitive scene loved
there was
the pit.
only one there was only one reaction. Just listen to the social media. Everybody hated it. Don't get me wrong. Part of it is the way they promoted it, and I will give that to the community.
Yes.
They should have worded that a lot differently.
Yeah.
For one, if you're going to do a world premiere, you don't show an in-progress map. You show a finished map.
Yeah.
Two, if you're going to do a world premiere, you do more than one map.
Yep.
I mean, come on, give us some big news. You hear world premiere, you're thinking big news.
Right.
I'm not too... Right now, it's too cyberpunky for me. Just
a lot of people feel that way.
The glowing purple, no. Just, no.
Yeah. Honestly, they should have just remade it in a similar style. Because the Halo Infinite visual looks distinctly different from the Halo 3 visual. So it's you want it to still feel like the pit. And like, from a layout perspective, it kind of does, but it's just a vast departure. And like all remakes, well, I say all, but I'll say most remakes that have been made in Halo Infinite or Halo over the years have had a very similar feel. Obviously, the graphical fidelity is a little different, but every map that's been remade has basically kept the original theme there. It's just they add some additional routes, some other little elements within the map, resize them a little bit, where this one is a complete departure visually from what the pit was.
Well, yeah, as far as the map layout's pretty close to the Halo 3 layout. So movement around the map is going to be similar. Depending on, this all kind of depends on if they put multiple Halo maps into its own playlist and have a more traditional type of movement through the map, like removing sprint, the abilities, no grapple shot, no threat sensor, stuff like that. Or if they've built it to accommodate these, the new Spartan abilities and the equipment. That's going to be the interesting part, to see how well they struck a balance between those. Really, the only problem I have with the map currently is the purple. Yes, it does need more textures. I mean, just the plain gray walls reminds me of frickin' Reach.
Yep.
It does need some more fine tuning to make it aesthetically more pleasing, like removing the purple. And, just give it some grunge. The map's just too clean.
Yeah, the other thing with like every Halo 3 map is it was a location that was believable. And this pit remake basically looks like it's an isolated thing. Kind of almost like how the arena maps were for Breakout in Halo 5.
Well, Breakout was...
I just mean from a visual perspective. That's all.
I mean, even the game type was a big step away from traditional Halo game types.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, it wasn't that bad. The problem I had with it was Halo 5's initial matchmaking system wasn't that good at balancing teams. So it seemed like I would always get matched up against people that are way more skilled than I am. It was actually kind of a fun game type. And when I got a game where the two sides were more equally balanced, it was fun. But, like I said, the aesthetic of it, it was a real big departure from past Halos, with the holographic type neon aesthetic that they had, but it kind of played into that, holographic environment too.
Well, I mean, it was appropriate for that style of gameplay for Halo 5.
Yeah.
And again, I was just comparing more kind of the visual feel of what this pit remake kind of looks like at the moment.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they will spend some more time basically dirtying up the map. It's too stale. It has no real character of its own.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what we get when it launches.
We will see what happens. Yep.
overall, I'm pretty impressed with it. Just, I look forward to playing it.
And see how it feels. I never was a big fan of the pit, honestly.
I like the pit for certain game types. Flag on pit was always fun. Ricochet was a blast on the pit.
Yeah.
So I would like to see somebody build a Ricochet game type.
I mean, based on what we've seen in the Forge scripting, that's definitely possible.
Like I said, I would like to see someone build a Ricochet game type.
Yep. I bet it'll happen.
Oh, I'm sure somebody might work on it. But.
Yeah. We've also got the Halo 3 birthday, which we mentioned last week on the podcast, but as of over this past weekend, Halo 3 has turned 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
How time flies. Yep.
I remember not feeling so ancient back then.
that was my freshman year in college. Yeah. I was a freshman when that came out.
I was 30 something.
A lot younger back then.
Mm-hmm.
Also at HCS Orlando, we had Optic Gaming crowned the victors of the North American Finals. Greenwall making a comeback. Surprised a few people, but Optic Gaming has such a huge following. If you were watching any of the event on Championship Sunday, you definitely heard those Optic Gaming chants from the crowd nearly the entire time. So the world's just shaping up to be a really interesting event. So I will be there. I know several other content creators and other folks within the Halo community are going to be there. So looking forward to meeting some new folks and meeting up with some other friends that I've had a chance to meet over the years, and looking forward to a good event. What's next? We've got Fractures Tenrai coming in for week number 5 out of 6. So Land Grab is back in rotation to work on your Fracture Battle Pass and unlocks. For those that haven't gotten them all done already, there's a new Last Sky Marshal Choose Adventure story up as well. For those who are following along with that, we'll probably get to it on its last week and actually talk through what happened. And we've also got the big news for today, which is Halo Infinite campaign co-op achievements have finally dropped. So with it coming out in just a little over 2 months, 343 did release the list of achievements. We are getting 24 brands making new achievements, adding 420 Gamerscore to Halo Infinite. So why don't we just go ahead and drop on down the list, shall we?
Sure.
Starting things off, and then we'll just alternate between the two. Mix things up. Get at least 1 kill with every available weapon and grenade on the banished ship. My guess is that is for Warship Cabrakan.
Yeah.
Is what they're talking
the
about.
Time you're on a banished ship, so, and it would be right at the start of the mission.
Yep.
Or start of the campaign.
So that's just making sure you pick up weapons that the banished have and check all the ammo crates for the other weapons as well. It makes me wonder, are there like
don't forget that BR at the very beginning too.
Well, and does a skull count as a weapon? Like, do you need to grab a skull and make a kill with the skull? And do you have to kill something with the fusion coil, grenades? Like,
well, it says weapons and grenades.
Okay. So maybe not skulls or fusion coils.
Yeah, all available weapons and grenades on the banished ship.
So that shouldn't be too bad.
No.
A lot of these
shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, a lot of these I don't think looking at them shouldn't really be that difficult. Folks.
Well, the nice thing is none of them state a specific difficulty, so you can just go through it on easy and pretty much take care of most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, all of it, actually.
Yep.
Number 2, stick around. Defeat Tremonius with the skewer for 20G.
Is there a skewer in that last room, or do you have to basically carry one to that room? I think you have to carry one. in
There
there.
are
Right?
a couple. You have to bring one with you. There's not one in the room.
Yeah, but there's
So,
some like shortly before, not like you have
well,
to
I
carry
mean,
it.
the when you plant the power seed the first time, you can get a skewer right there. And if you're playing on a low difficulty,
Just keep it in your back pocket.
yeah, just keep it in your back pocket. It's fine. Or something else you can do is just turn on the bandana skull.
That's true. Very true. Rapid unscheduled disassembly. Destroy both phantoms before they leave Outpost Tremonius.
That could be challenging.
Yeah. Because you need some power weapons to get all that.
Well, I mean, like I said, if you have the skewer and you have the bandana skull on,
Very
and
true.
they're, if you're in co-op, while one of you's attacking the phantom, the other one can go trigger the
tank blast down.
Yeah. And grab
Easter egg.
And grab the tank gun while they're up there.
Yep. That still exists.
This one ought to be challenging. Out with a bang. Kill the tower commander with a plasma grenade.
Yeah. Have to whittle him down just enough and then try to... Well, at least you don't have to stick.
Bandana skull?
Well, true. Bandana skull is going to be the solution for a lot of these, isn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, when I'm just playing campaign, I just turn it on.
That makes sense.
Especially if I've got a session where I'm going through, finding all the collectibles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Bandana skull on. I've got the tank gun and a sniper rifle.
Yeah, thankfully it's not like MCC where if you turn on one of those non-scoring skulls on, it disables achievements.
Yeah. Well, some achievements.
Next one's workplace safety violation. Kill an enemy with the banished mining laser.
That one could be a little bit more of a challenge.
This one should be fun, though. Because it's basically just repulsor an enemy into the laser.
Hmm. But do you have the...
You just grab it from somewhere else on the map and then just head straight there. You can get access to the repulsor.
You can?
I mean, you're going to have to be able to get repulsor before the laser. Isn't it like the third?
There's no repulsor in campaign. You have to unlock it through your...
Yeah. But each one is like a...
But yeah, I don't think you get the repulsor before...
You have to be able to get it before. That would be the only way to get it.
You don't have...
Well, hang on. You have... If you load in, you have your abilities if you've progressed further. So maybe that's the point. Where you join someone who's like in a new save, you bring your abilities with you, and then you use it?
Oh, well, it's going to be interesting to see.
There's no repulsors at all. Well, mark that we got a Halo fact wrong. Oh, so how do you get that repulsor? How do you get one in there?
You have to push them in with a ghost, I guess.
Without splattering them.
Mm-hmm.
Or you make it to where they hijack you, you boost to it, and then they knock you off before you... Oh, wow. Huh.
That one, it ought to be interesting.
So if there's no repulsor, that's going to be interesting then. That one's worth the 20 gamer score at that point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what we got next?
Let's see. Conservation of momentum. Complete the conservatory in less than 15 minutes. Ran it on easy.
Shouldn't be too... Yeah, again, easy shouldn't be too bad. It really does beat everything. Eliminate all enemies at the South Beacon with a Scorpion tank. South Beacon.
That's where you first get the tank, I think.
Well, the first place you get the tank is at the outpost with the silos.
I think it's right after that.
At the South Beacon, though. Like the Marines in distress, the ones that you have to go all the way down and past. That's a long way to drive a tank.
Yeah, at 4 miles an hour.
Well, and there's no flat path back there.
Oh, I'm sure we'll figure it out. Eric Abu says, you call in your own tank once you unlock enough stuff.
Right, but there's no fob back there to get a tank down that far. That's like over the mountain and around the rocky terrain, where that south beacon is for the Marine Squad.
Maybe there's a tank back there we just haven't found yet.
I'm not sure what that one means then.
We'll have to figure that one out. Next one is vintage fisticuffs. In the Nexus, kill the hunter pair with melee final blows.
I've never tried to punch one of those hunters, so this is going to be interesting and new.
We get to dance.
Right? Yeah, that's...
Oh, it won't be that bad. Again, go in there on easy. It's just like dodging them in Halo.
Yeah.
It's just like dodging them in any other Halo game.
It's still just a grind to know like when to like damage them and punch them, because those don't have health bars on them.
No, but it does have visual clues to tell you that you're getting close.
Some depending on where you damage it.
Well, once the back breaks off, you know they're close.
Does the back break off every time?
Yeah.
Okay. Spire Stalker. Kill 40 enemies with the Stalker rifle at the command spire. Band-Aid and skull.
Uh-huh.
You just gotta find your Stalker rifle.
Yep. Turnabout is fair play. Kill one chieftain and use his turret to kill another in the repository. Which I've already done that one, so that's not that hard.
Yeah. More than he bargained for. Defeat War Chief Escharum without ever fully losing your shields.
Tank gun.
Tank gun. Yep, tank gun and was it it's not cowbell, but it's the equivalent.
The like the Sputnik skull. What was it?
Yeah, the cowbell feather type skull. Yeah. Boom. Something like that. Yeah. Basically,
splatter.
Explosion goes plat. That'd be fun.
And then let's see here. Now this one is going to be interesting to see how if you actually have to do this while in co-op.
Yeah.
What's rightfully ours? In co-op, capture all forward operating bases on any difficulty.
My guess is it'll be something where you have to actually capture them in co-op, and that's going to be a separate thing that's tracked.
Well, like, they've already said that your progress, when you join a co-op campaign, your progress is going to be merged.
Right.
Your campaign progress is going to be merged. So is that included what you've unlocked in the open world? Or is it just your campaign progress?
My guess is that it's going to have to be, you have to capture this in a co-op session. Like, even if you start something and you merge it all, if you haven't captured the other forward operating bases before the merge in a co-op specific session, it probably won't count.
I have to try that out.
That's just what I'm thinking will happen. I'm not sure.
Everybody gets into a co-op campaign and all of a sudden, like 7 achievements
bleep
pop.
bloop. Yeah.
Cha-ching! Cha-ching!
Right.
Cha-ching! Cha-ching! All right, let's see. Yeah, next one is yours.
Wardens of Zeta. In co-op, complete all 7 banished outposts. Complete all 7 banished outposts on any difficulty. Again, I'm thinking this is probably where you have to actually complete the outposts in co-op specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a separate tracker.
The way they've described it, I just don't know how that's going to work. But anyway.
I mean, I'm thinking like how they've done co-op achievements before, where like you've had to complete the mission in a co-op session for it to count for that co-op achievement.
Yeah, but if you load in a save that you've already unlocked, you've already done all of this, is it going to reset them all?
Well, no, it'll be a separate tracker for like, okay, I've unlocked this specific thing during a co-op session.
Like I said, it merges your progress.
It's not a progress thing.
Yes, capturing operating bases is a progress thing because it moves you up the ladder in unlocking weapons. So it is a progress thing. The deal is, in order to unlock that achievement, you have to start with basically a fresh, brand new playthrough.
So the way I imagine it doing is not tied to your merge progress whatsoever. It is have you unlocked this fob during a co-op session? It's completely separate from.
Well, like I said, the saves go back and forth. There's not a co-op save and a single player save. Your single player progress affects your co-op.
It affects your co-op experience, but it wouldn't affect your co-op progress in this achievement.
That's what they said it would do. If everybody's done, say, the first 3 missions, it will start you at the 4th mission.
For the experience in the co-op session, yes, but not for the unlock for the achievement. They're separate. They are separated.
Well, that means that if you've unlocked, say you've played the first 4 mission and you have unlocked 5 of the bases, it's going to reset those and you'll have to recapture them.
No. They'll be unlocked for your play session, but they won't be unlocked for the achievement.
Then how do you capture them co-oply if they're already unlocked?
You would have to go back, start a fresh one, or join someone who hasn't unlocked those specific fobs.
So in other words, everybody have to start a brand new session, like I said 5 minutes ago.
Not necessarily. You could have someone that skipped capturing all the fobs in their campaign run and went to the end, and then they just went back and got all the fobs later on.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to go that way, but we'll see.
That's what I'm guessing. That's the way they're going to do it.
Yeah. Then we got first responder in co-op. Answer all UNSC distress calls on any difficulty.
That shouldn't be too bad.
No.
So I guess that South Beacon one, then Eric Kubu was thinking maybe that was one of the Forerunner towers.
Could be. Well, yeah, they call those beacons, so yeah, we'll see.
Next one is Hunting Party. In co-op, eliminate all banished high-value targets on any difficulty.
Then we have Air Raid. In co-op, kill 100 enemies while all players are riding air vehicles.
Oh.
So you want to do that after you've captured all the forward operating bases so you can have access to the Hornet. Or a sizable chunk of them.
Yeah, the Wasp and the Banshee are basically you want people in those. Cowcatcher. In co-op, splatter 50 enemies while riding in a vehicle with another player.
Shouldn't be too terrible.
Nope.
Gruesome Twosome. In co-op, kill 50 enemies while riding a mongoose with another player.
The basic Cowcatcher just on a mongoose.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it steady, kill 5 enemies with a sniper rifle from a vehicle. All players aboard the vehicle share progress. So you can either have one person with a sniper or all people with a sniper, and just the difference. Load them up.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one is Rolling Thunder. Kill 5 enemies with a gravity hammer from a vehicle. All players aboard share progress.
I remember community videos where in Reach people would use the gravity hammer or the concussion rifle to launch themselves in the mongoose and then whip out the sniper rifle and just shoot people across the map.
Yeah.
Inseparable. In co-op, kill a hunter and its bond brother within 3 seconds of each other.
That might take a couple of shots, timing shots.
Yeah. And revert to save.
Revert to save. Just hope you don't get a save checkpoint after you kill the 2 hunters.
Yeah, that would suck.
Let's see here. You, me, same page. In co-op, destroy all cooling towers at the dig site within 60 seconds of each other.
This isn't at the refinery. This isn't the first one.
No. This is at the dig site where you want to kill somebody with the
laser.
Drill.
Yeah, the laser drill.
So if you got 4 people, that should actually be pretty easy because I think there's only 4 towers.
4 towers, but there's 2 sets in each tower. So I mean, if you're doing it with 4 people, then yeah, each person just does the tower.
You clear the enemies out, and then everybody stands in front of a tower, fires rockets or skewers or whatever you want.
Yep.
In other ways, Bandana is going to be your friend in co-op for some of these achievements.
Yeah. Just don't turn it off. Don't turn off achievements with Bandana. They haven't said they're going to do it.
They haven't made any notations in here that have any requirements.
Right. Am I next? Yeah.
Yep.
Controlled demolition. In co-op, destroy 4 fuel silos within 5 seconds at either Ransom Keep or the Forge of Tish.
Which, again, those are pretty easy.
Yep.
And, those, all you would need is 4 fusion coils.
Or
Done.
rockets, or, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Not a hard one to do. Even with just 2
No.
players, not hard to do.
No, not at that rate, no. Next one, wolves at the door. In co-op, lower all 3 gates within 15 seconds of each other at Riven's Gate. That's the last one.
Just gotta split up and get them all.
1, 2, 3.
Yep. So only a couple of these are maybe a little bit on the difficult side, but for the most part, a lot of these are going to be pretty easy to get with Bandana Skull.
Like you said, as long as they don't disable achievements when you turn on a non-scoring skull.
Right. Although, I mean, there's technically not campaign scoring in Infinite. So,
well, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. The buff skulls, more or less.
But
yeah.
Technically, wouldn't Cowbell be a buff skull in Boom?
Those are kind of in that gray area. Because
they are really handy.
But they can also backfire on you if you're not careful.
You want to talk backfire? Play Pillar of Autumn with Boom on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Boom. Grunt Funeral.
Yep, because then it's just Grenade City everywhere.
That I tell you what, when I did that was quite interesting because CE's.
Yeah, I still gotta do Lazo on those. That's not
CE's
fun.
The funny thing is CE's engine.
Mm-hmm.
That particular version of Halo, if you step out of sight, the explosion doesn't happen.
Oh, so it's just sitting there for whenever you come back.
So you have to actually watch the grunt die before the explosion will happen. It's the same way with grenades. I don't, if you throw a grenade down the hall, now it has to be, far enough down the hall, but it won't explode until you stick your head out.
I don't think I ever picked up on that.
It's something that happens with MCC. Because in original Halo, that wasn't a problem. But something with the conversion,
yeah,
it messes with, timed explosions a little bit. There was a couple of times I walked around the corner to a grunt exploding that should have exploded a long time ago. I actually had to, when I was doing the Achieving Halo recording, I had to restart the level twice because of that. Luckily,
Ouch.
it was early in the level, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah,
still, that sucks to have to restart because of.
Well, the only reason I had to restart is because I was also going for the achievement where you didn't lose your shields. You couldn't use your shields, you couldn't use the health pack.
But I mean, even still, it's just one of those well, this is how the game's supposed to work, but it's not working that way. So
hey, it's Halo. That's just the way Halo is.
You think you account for everything, and then surprise.
There's you some classic Halo experience.
So that's it for the podcast tonight. Again, a little bit of a shorter show since we don't have a lot of news to talk about. We'll try to get a guest on for one of our upcoming shows, and hopefully I'll be back in my normal spot, so I'm not just sucking up all the heat back in the corner over here in my current setup. But thank you all for listening. Thank you all for downloading the show. Make sure you go into our Discord and vote for Fragment Friday tomorrow. Imagine we'll probably still be in Infinite, but we'll see if people vote for MCC with the changes to MCC, maybe mixed up a little bit. But head on over to podtacular.com/Discord. Put your vote in tomorrow and let us know what you want to play. GT, any final thoughts?
Not tonight.
All right.
I'm brain fried.
Sounds good. Well, not the fried part, but no other comments is good. Take care, everyone. Have a good night, and keep on fragging them drugs. Thank you for listening to Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. You can find our podcast on your favorite podcasting service and listen to us live every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. Check out our website, podtacular.com, and join the community on Discord at podtacular.com/Discord. If you want to play Halo with us, come join us for Fraggin' Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time and Achieving Halo on Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Become a supporter of the show by sharing the show with your friends and family, or help keep the lights on by subscribing to us on Twitch, donating via PayPal, or becoming a patron alongside Confal, Pens Halo, and Prestige Ace. Until next time, keep on fragging trucks.